Hello, my name is Josh Noonan. I'll be the instructor for this pre-calculus class, and I just wanted to make this video going through the syllabus and kind of the setup for this class on Blackboard to make sure everybody is clear on how everything is going to work. I also have Blackboard pulled up here on my laptop, and I have it in student view so I can see everything you'll see. So I'm essentially going to navigate through it just like you would, and I would encourage you to do it on your computer as you're watching this video so that you can make sure you know how everything works in Blackboard and can find everything. Let's see. So first off, I want to run through the syllabus as well, and we're not going to go through every word of the syllabus, but I'll go through all the important things. Your syllabus is in Blackboard, and if you have any questions about it, feel free to let me know, and I can go over things in greater detail for you. If you go to our Blackboard page, if you click under course information, then you should see my instructor, which has some of my personal information, my office, it's in the STEAM building, and phone number, email, things like that. It's all listed there. And then you can see our syllabus. And if you click on that, you can download it to your computer, print it, whatever you want. Let's see, as far as it goes, first off, and maybe most important, and this may not and definitely will not be true for all of you, but there is a co-requisite. This is Math 171. There is a co-requisite Math 071 class. It replaced all of the prerequisites we used to have. Now we do them as co-requisites. When you registered for this class or got advised to take this class, if you were supposed to take the co-requisite, then this applies to you. But again, it does not apply to everybody. The only thing I mentioned, if you're in the co-requisite, your co-requisite instructor will explain all the rules there. But the short of it is the two classes are linked if you're doing both Math 071 and Math 171. And if you decide to drop the co-requisite, then you automatically get dropped from this class as well. They work in concert, so you can't not do the co-requisite even though you're enrolled for it and just say, oh, I don't want to do it. Or if you get dropped from this class, you also get dropped from the co-requisite. It's automatic. They work together, so just be aware of that. But let's see. The last day to drop this class, that's probably not a good thing to start with, but we're required to put it there. The last day to drop this class, if you want to drop, is listed on the syllabus. It's November 3rd, without a grade penalty. My personal information is listed there on the syllabus. Let's see. The course description. This course is designed to develop topics which are fundamental to the study of calculus. It's called pre-calculus. Emphasis is placed on solving equations and inequalities, solving systems of equations and inequalities, and analysis of functions, absolute value, radical, polynomial, rational, exponential, and logarithmic, in multiple representations. Upon completion of the course, students should be able to select and use appropriate models and techniques for finding solutions to algebra-related problems with and without technology. And if you don't know what any of those things are, don't worry about it. That's all the stuff you're going to know by the end of the class. Course format. This class is 100% online, which is, again, why I'm doing this video and why I'm going to go through Blackboard. Because it's important, you have to know how everything works in Blackboard, because all of our work will be in Blackboard. And I'll explain that once we go through the other stuff in the syllabus. Okay, let's see. Student learning outcomes. That, again, mentions all the topics we're going to go over in this class, so you can read through those on your own. If you don't know what those are, again, that's the stuff you're going to learn this semester, so don't worry about it. The textbook for this class. There is no hard copy of the textbook. I have a hard copy so you can see what it looks like. We used to do hard copy versions, but it looks like this right here. If you want a hard copy, I would suggest just looking under Amazon or something and trying to find a used copy really, really cheap. Our textbook is actually in eText. It's in ALEKS, which is the software we use, which is in Blackboard. And the entire textbook, all the homework problems we're going to do, the written homework I give you each week from the textbook, is all located there. I'll explain that when we get to ALEKS, but all you have to do is click on ALEKS, and then your textbook will be listed right there for you. Calculator. I'm aware this is an online class, and I, to a certain extent, can't actually tell what calculator you're using since you're doing this online. You're not supposed to use a graphing calculator, especially for exams. They are not allowed. You're supposed to use a regular scientific calculator like this. If nothing else, they're really cheap. These are like $10 or $15 maybe, whereas graphing calculators can be like $150 new. You do not need to buy a graphing calculator. So if you already have one, again, I can't stop you from using it, even though you're not allowed to use it because I can't see what you're doing. But I will just say this, based on past experience. If you're using a graphing calculator, I'm going to know it based on how you write your answers, because I know how graphing calculators write things. And I will deliberately write problems in such a way that the graphing calculator will give you the wrong answer. It's not all that hard to do. And then I'll know it when you give me those answers on exams. Do things by hand, because it will help you to understand what is going on. We'll do things algebraically and graphically in this class. Don't use a graphing calculator for graphing. Do them by hand. There are reasons we do it that way. It helps you. Okay. Let's see. As far as the evaluation methods for this class, we use ALEKS. That's the online software, which again, like I said, I'll explain later. That's 10% of your grade. Class activities are 30% of your grade, and the exams are 60% of your grade. By class activities, that includes all the written homework you do, which will be done every week, as well as any labs I give you. Essentially, as we go through different sections, I'll just give you random labs. I actually already have your first lab posted in Blackboard, and it will help you reinforce the material that you're going over in class. All of that just gets lumped together as class activities for 30% of your grade. And then the exams are 60%. As far as it goes, if you're looking at the textbook, the way this works, we start with Chapter R. It's called Chapter R. It's really just Chapter 1 in other textbooks, or Chapter 0. But we're going to rush through R1 through R3. That's kind of the review type material. You'll do homework on it. You'll have a lab on it. It will show up on your first exam. But that's kind of the review type stuff. But once we get to the end of Chapter R, we'll have an exam on Chapter R. Then we'll do Chapter 1, have an exam. Chapter 2, have an exam. And then towards the end of the semester, we'll do Chapter 3 as well as part of Chapter 8 and then have an exam. There is no cumulative final in this class. You just have 4 exams. If it says final on it, it just means it's the last exam that we go over. You have 4 exams equally weighted that count for 60% of your grade, so they're each worth 15%. And they're essentially chapter exams after each chapter, with the exception of the last exam, the final one, because it covers Chapter 3 as well as some stuff from Chapter 8 that we'll cover at the end of the semester. Okay. Let's see. There's other information here which is important. We use a 10-point grading scale in this class. It makes it easier to tell what your grade is. Online attendance. And this is important because this is an online class. The general outline for this class is to start, and I posted this under announcements, you have to watch this video and then complete the enrollment verification quiz. It's listed under announcements and explains to you where to find it in Blackboard. Also, you need to do a discussion board post. We are not going to use a discussion board like on a weekly basis, which you might do in a lot of your classes. We don't need to do that in this class. But you need to post an introduction of yourself within the first day or 2 of this class, so I know you are in the class and you don't get dropped from the class. But then in general, throughout the semester, like I said, essentially you'll have written homework from the textbook. You will have ALEKS assignments to do each week from ALEKS, the software. And you will have labs. You don't necessarily have one every week. Some weeks you'll have two. Some weeks you'll have none. It kind of varies. I will say we tend to have more towards the beginning as we're kind of feeling things out to give you as much review and practice as possible. But you have those each week. Generally, the way it works is those assignments will open on Mondays, and everything will be due and have to be uploaded to Blackboard the following Sunday night at midnight. Occasionally, based on my schedule and free time, I will open your assignments on, say, Friday, so that those people who have already completed their work for the week, if they want to start working ahead for the next week, they can. But generally, as a general policy, things will open on Monday and everything will be due the following Sunday night at midnight. The one exception to that is your exams. Your exams, I will generally open on Thursdays and they will close Saturdays. So just be aware of that. And Alex due dates can change sometimes because of the way the assignments are set up. So be aware of that. I want to say right now they are set up so they are generally due on Saturdays. So your Alex will be due on Saturdays. Your written homework and labs will be due on Sundays. So that you don't find yourself on Saturday having 73 different things to do. They're on different days. So you can hopefully not have to cram everything in on one day. Be aware of that as you go. Let's see. I think that covers everything as far as that goes. I'm trying to think. Oh, yes. And as far as counting attendance goes, basically, you have to turn in work each week, and then I count you as present for that week. If you don't turn in week, you get counted absent. And once you've missed a couple of weeks, then you just get dropped from the class. So be aware of that. You have to be actively doing your work. That's what counts as your attendance. Let's see. I think that accounts for everything. At the end of the syllabus is my information, and then my boss's information, Aaron Brickman, he's department chair, and then his boss, Don Dixon, the associate vice president's information. Basically, if you have any questions, email me, stop by my office, whatever. I know this is an online class. I've actually already talked to a few of you or emailed with a few of you back and forth. It's an online class. And it's an asynchronous online, which means all of your work will be done by way of video. I've actually got most of your videos already made. And each week, you'll just watch the lecture videos that I upload, and then you'll complete the labs and homework from there. That being said, if you have questions about your homework, about the labs, about the exam, about whatever, feel free to either contact me online. We can do office hours and meet online through Collaborate, which I'll explain later in Blackboard. Or feel free to stop by my office. I am on campus every single day, so it is not a problem. Whatever works to help you is fine. And if you have questions about the homework, don't say, oh, well, it's an online class, so I can't get help. Feel free to ask. And what I've done in the past, and again, I actually already have a lot of them saved. If you have questions about homework, more than likely, so will your classmates. So feel free to ask. And then I'll either answer like through email if I can give you a rough answer in email that I think will make sense, or I'll just make a video going through a lot of the homework problems so that you can see them worked out. That is not a problem. I have no problem making as many videos as necessary to help make sure you understand everything. Okay, I think that is everything important from the syllabus. Now, let's see. Okay, as far as the course structure goes, in Blackboard, if you're looking, below course information, you have lecture videos. If you click on that, it lists Chapter R, 1, 2, 3, and 8. All the videos are already there. We're going to start in Chapter R. If you click on Chapter R, let me make sure my audio is turned off on my computer so that it doesn't randomly start playing videos and you hear an echo. Okay. If you click on Chapter R, it lists all the videos, and they're listed by section, R.1, R.2, and so on. Each week, you'll be told which videos to watch the videos, then do all the assignments associated with them. Below weekly assignments, oh, and I will also add, If I randomly say, make a video going through homework problems, explaining them or going over your exam, I generally will not post those videos here. I'll post those under announcements, just so people don't get confused and have to kind of root around everywhere to find them. The regular section lectures for each section in the book will be posted here under lecture videos. Extra ones I make going over specific problems, I'll just post under announcements. Okay, below lecture videos is weekly assignments. If you click on that, each week, like I said, I will post assignments. They're actually already all set up, but so there's no confusion, I will open them week by week by week, so you'll just see what you have to do each week. Right now we have week 1 listed, the 16th through the 22nd, and it lists what you're supposed to do and how to do everything and where everything is. So case in point, this week we're covering R1 through R4. I know it sounds like a lot, it kind of is, but in actuality, like I said, R1 through R3 is mostly just review. So we're really kind of starting in R3/R4. You will also have a lab to do to go through that stuff. If there are questions about it, again, I do not want to spend a lot of time going over it because we have a lot more to cover this semester. But you have the homework and you have the lab as a way of review, and you have all the videos. If you still have questions, ask. That's why we're going over it. I know review of some topics will just be necessary, but I don't know what those topics are until you tell me. So just ask if you have questions. Below the weekly assignments are where I post each week what you're going to do. The tab below that is written assignments. That is where all your homework and labs and exams will be posted, because that's how Blackboard can link all the homework when you upload it. And basically, you click on the assignments. Right now, your first lab and your first homework, written homework 1, are listed there. Click on the assignment, do all the work, and then upload your results to Blackboard through the link here. Let's see. And like I said, those assignments will be due on Sunday nights each week. In theory, I might occasionally change that for some extenuating circumstance, but generally, no. Our weeks run Monday through Sunday, and your assignments will be due that Sunday night. Let's see. Below written assignments is something called weekly lessons. That's a requirement that we have to have there. If you click on it, it says getting started, and then it says the enrollment verification quiz. That's the quiz you have to do to show you're in the class. That's the only reason that weekly lessons tab is there, to have the enrollment verification quiz that you're going to use to show you're in the class. Other than that, we're never going to do it. Your work will always be listed under weekly assignments and written assignments. Okay, the last tab that I guess is really important for the purposes of this class is ALEKS eText. If you click on that, mine is somewhat different because I'm an instructor, but click on that, it should go to ALEKS, and then it should put you in this class. And when you do it, this can occasionally confuse students. The first thing you're going to do is complete what's called an initial knowledge check. ALEKS needs to know what you know and what you need to review. So just do the initial knowledge check. Once you've done that, then you'll start getting assignments in ALEKS, and they're actually already set up. If you click on assignments, they should be listed, and bear with me, again, my instructor view is slightly different. That's also why I'm not showing you what's on my screen, so it'll confuse you more. And basically, it lists each section has an assignment, section R6, section R8, etc., 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 throughout the semester, and starting and ending dates. And again, keep in mind, these dates can change, and throughout the semester, if we either get ahead or get behind, I will also manually go in and alter these, so these dates can change. So just pay attention to them. That is one issue students have had in the past. Make sure you're keeping up with your ALEKS dates. The other thing I will say, though, because students have gotten confused in the past, ALEKS also has what's called the ALEKS Pi report, or an ALEKS Pi. We are not using that. You will automatically see it because it's just part of ALEKS, That is not what you are doing. You have assignments by section number in ALEKS. Do those. They have due dates. Do them by the date that they are due. That is all you have to do. The other thing I will mention, if you look, and you can actually probably already see it, there are exams in ALEKS. The exams in ALEKS are not the exams you're going to do for this class. Those exams are essentially practice exams. If you want more practice, like review before the exam, you can do those exams in ALEKS. They are not graded. They are not part of your grade. You do not need to do them. Your exams will be in Blackboard, where all your written homework and your labs are. I'll post your exam there. You'll open the exam. Your exam will then normally open as a PDF. Write all the solutions out, show all your work, and then upload your results to Blackboard just like you do with your homework and your labs. Or I may alter it for exam purposes only and have you email your results for the exams. In the past, that has worked better for students. So just be aware. The exams in ALEKS are not required. You can do them if you want to for review. You do not have to. They are not graded. ALEKS will tell you when those exams are. That is just the way ALEKS works. They are not required. You do not have to do them. Say that multiple times, over and over, and hopefully people will remember. Okay. The last thing I think we need, there's other links like for your grades and all that, which you can check. If you click under collaboration, which I'm sure you will see in every single one of your classes, we are not going to use Collaborate this semester, in that generally it's used for teaching your classes if you have a synchronous online class. This class is asynchronous, so you're going to use the lecture videos that are recorded. If you want to come to office hours and you want to do them online, then we can do them through Collaborate, so it is there for you. So be aware of that. And if you click on that collaboration link, there's also a discussion board. And if you click on that, this is where you'll post your introduction. I've already set it up for you. Other than that, we are not going to use the discussion board. You won't have weekly discussion boards to do or anything like that. I might use it maybe later in the semester for general questions or thoughts, or how is the semester going? How would you like me, do you want me to change lecture videos or things like that? But in general, you don't have to worry about the discussion board other than the introduction, which I simply am doing to make sure you are enrolled in the class. Let's see. I'm looking through everything. I think we have covered everything as far as what you need to do. And we have gone over the syllabus. The last thing I will say, again, there tends to be, I think, the student belief that, this is an online class and it's asynchronous, so I'm never going to see my instructor other than in the lecture videos. I'm never going to meet my instructor. It's always impersonal, and that's it. I have no problem with you setting up time to meet me, either in person or through Collaborate online. I have no problem answering any questions you have. Do not think, I can only use the lecture videos for any information or the e-text. I'm your instructor. If you have questions, email me. The other thing I will say, I have 5 classes. I just added a 5th one. I have a lot of homework to grade, which means I may not post a lot of comments on your homework. Generally, what I will do is what I said earlier. As I'm grading everybody's homework, if I see that 5, 10, 15 people are making the same mistakes on the same problems, then I'll just make a video going through those problems and explaining them so I can help everybody at one time. If you have questions about homework, though, because I have a lot of homework to grade from all my classes, there is no guarantee that if you upload your homework Sunday night, that it's going to be graded by like Monday afternoon. It should be graded within the first few days of the week. I have time set off for that. But things happen, the semester happens, whatever. And I don't want you to then post questions when you upload your homework, like put question marks on your problems and say, I don't know how to solve this. And then have to wait a few days or a week to actually get a response back from me. If you have questions about your homework, email me and say, hey, I had questions about number 12 on section 3.2 or whatever, because then I'll see my email in real time, and then I'll go in and check your homework or make a video going through the problems or explain the problem in email or something like that. Email, if you're not going to stop by my office in person, is the fastest way to get in contact with me because I see that like almost immediately. And then I can respond almost immediately. I think that is everything we need to go over. Let me check. Oh, and the last thing, since we're talking about Blackboard and all of that, you will upload, other than your exams, more than likely, all of your work, homework, labs, things like that, will be uploaded to Blackboard. That being said, in the past, every once in a while, students have a bad internet connection, something happens with Blackboard, whatever, and you have trouble uploading. If you have trouble uploading homework, let me know, and then just email it to me. Things seem to go through email better. So either option is fine. Always try to upload to Blackboard first. So it will show me if you're trying to upload it, even if it has an issue. It'll say there's an error on my end too. So I will know you tried to upload it, and then just email me and say, hey, I had an issue uploading it, so I'm just emailing it to you. Be aware though, when I do my grading, I do all my grading in Blackboard first. So if you email me homework, it might take a little bit longer to grade because then I'm fishing through emails from 5 different classes worth of students and I have to figure out which homework goes with which class, so it takes longer. But that should cover everything in this class. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to email me or stop by my office. And I'll say, if you stop by my office, you can actually see that horse real life and in person and maybe ask the question, why do I have that in my office? It was a gift from a former calculus class who thought they were funny based on a story I said in class. I'll explain it to you, but only if you actually come to my office and ask in person. Other than that, I hope you have a good semester. And again, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns or anything at all.